What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I'm going through and doing some readings for some people that need them, apparently. I've been a little MIA, but kids' life, you know what I'm saying? Living the thug life over here. I'm on Aries, Leo, Sag. And I know that when I was first starting this, I heard Aries and Leo needed a message. So, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, what is something that they need to know? The bottom of the good tarot was the Nine of Air. So it talks about some anxiety, someone's maybe not sleeping, but I feel like whoever is going through this the worst right now, things are going to be okay. Someone is like, for real, acting like they want to be single, like single life, but they don't. It's a lie. I think that they just kind of want freedom to do what they want to do, you know what I'm saying? The problem with the world is that some people just can't have their cake and eat it too, no matter how much they want it, you know what I mean? So I see someone coming back, because I had Aries, you... I feel like some of you guys really don't know what the fuck you want. You have the Two of Wands twice. You're not making a decision about which... You're waiting on this little giraffe, and you look sad as hell, or someone you're dealing with, like, they're like lit the way up for you, but you're still sitting here. And I don't really necessarily feel like, if you did have a lot of anxiety, if you weren't sleeping, if you were going through some things, you're coming out of it, you're balancing it out pretty well, considering, but you're not talking about it. And the Page of Swords in reverse, you're really kind of being an asshole to someone, or they're being an asshole to you. You could be dealing with the air sign. It's like you left, but now you want to come back, and you're not really sure how to tell this person now, because I feel like whatever words y'all exchange were pretty hateful, and I don't even really feel like that energy is gone. I think that what's keeping you here is the fact that you know that if you were to go back to some situation, that it would just cause a lot of the same feelings, because a part of you can't really pull away emotionally, even though you don't necessarily want to be committed. You already did walk away emotionally, but your part of you is still sitting here in this energy where, like, should I go back? Should I listen to this? Should I do this? The Hierophant in reverse, you want to do shit your own way. You're like, this is my show. I run this motherfucker, and I'm going to do what I want to do. And that means I'm having a party with a couple people. You know what I mean? But I just think, like, you have energy of not telling someone from your past how you feel about them still. Whether it's a relative, whether it's a girlfriend. A lot of things are kind of slowing down your progress, and it's like you know what you want to do, but you're not. Because there's some unfinished things here. And I think that someone really does love you unconditionally. Maybe this is what you didn't get in a situation. That's why you're like, or maybe someone loved you with that, in that way, and you didn't really know how to handle it. So that's what's keeping you kind of stuck to this. You're like, what the fuck is holding me here? Like, I don't really feel like I should have these feelings, but I do, unconditional love and have faith. If this is what you're searching for, it's here, but I feel like your faith needs to be rewound up a little bit, like the Jack in the Box. You just take a little bit more time to wind it up so you can pop out and be like, surprise. Something needs to be like tinkered with a little bit to get your little spice back, and I just think that there's a lot of things from your past that you haven't dealt with and you don't want to deal with. I'm not telling you go see a shrink or whatever, but it's kind of keeping you in this mindset, but then you're like really conflicted. You have trust, separation, and forgiving and learning. Situation is calling for you to have faith. Have faith times 2. Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So this separation was almost needed for you to get back on the path that you were meant to be. But it has a lot to do with forgiving and learning for you, Aries. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. There is some shit from your past that is fucking up your relationships now. It's kind of fucking up the direction of your life right now. And I feel like a part of you just wants to run. You know how to do things. You don't want to listen to anybody. You're strong, big, macho, whatever. But you can't really run from this. And you can't, there gets to be a point where you're going to run into that brick wall over and over. And it's going to hurt like hell every time you run into it trying to run. And it's not like these things really go away. And it's like, this has been karma for everybody this year. We don't get to run anymore. We have to stand and deal with some things that we don't want to deal with. Some of you guys really don't want to be separated from someone, but you know that you either can't trust yourself or you can't trust them. That you really do need to forgive yourself, that you really do need to learn some things, but you just don't want to admit it out loud. That when it comes down to unconditional love, I don't even think that you know what that is, or this other person, or whatever the situation. Maybe you were just never fucking loved right, you know? You had people in your life, it could have been a dad, someone like that's how you were raised. It was in a really fucked up way. And now you don't know like how to go forward in your life, in your relationships, how you're supposed to feel, like what you're supposed to say, because you were raised in a fucked up way. And you don't have to let that determine your life, but you also don't have to let that determine the fact that you push everyone away and don't let anyone close to you when you have people that genuinely care about you and have been in your corner and will always love you, because that's what unconditional love is. But maybe not in that like super sexual relationship type way. You still have that love though, and I think that's important for you to remember. You're loved, Aries. Like shit, you know? Leo. 4 of water in reverse with the 9 of earth. I feel like you guys were confused for a while, kind of a level of disconnect about how you felt, and now you're like, boom, bitch, I'm single. I'm gonna do this for myself. I want to learn my independence. I want to be free. Because some of y'all have been like anxiety times 4,000, like not sleeping, crying. You've been through some shit with somebody. And you are trying to learn how to do things in a different way. Some of you guys have been going back to school. I see that heavily. And if you're not, maybe think about it, because that will help you clear your mind as well. If you were able to process your emotions in a different way, if you were able to do something for yourself, whether it's going to school, whether it is teaching your kids better than you were taught, teaching your kids that the past doesn't determine the future, and that it doesn't have to be a mother, father, white picket fence, the dog and the cat to be a family and to love and support each other, because it's not what matters. What matters is the support. What matters is the love. And what matters is that no matter what the fuck happens or what is done, that love never changes, because that is how we love. It's not easy for you guys though. I feel like you were going through some pretty heavy shit and you're just like trying to play it off like I'm cool, I'm collected, but at the end of the day, like you're still kind of fucked up a little bit, but you're getting better. I feel like the energy's lifting off where it's not so heavy. But you guys do need to take a chance to do something for yourself. You know, some of you guys would be really good teachers. Some of you guys are really good with children. You have something that the world would know, or maybe you have something that the world needs to know. Something that you have, your way with people or your kindness. You have kindness here. I think that you guys have a way with children, for sure. You have awareness, and you have strength, but it was in reverse. So I'm just thinking like, you are kind of second guessing yourself on this, but because I feel like a part of you is doubting yourself. Maybe you didn't have that support. You don't have that support, or you don't really, it could just be a self-esteem issue for you at certain times. I'm not saying all the time, because most of the time y'all Leos are conceited as fuck. But I'm not saying you can't be. Whatever, that's y'all. But I'm just saying, like, you lost kind of your mojo. You lost kind of your confidence. And I feel like if you could flip that around and remember that a lot of the things that we go through, a lot of things that we have to teach ourselves, our family, others, what we have to learn, it's kind of a process where we have to go through one step at a time, and it takes a long time to do that. But where does it start? At us as a child. And I think that that you're very well aware that our kids are our future, that our kids need to be taught better, to raise the awareness to our kids, to teach them kindness so they're kind to other kids, to get rid of this fucking bullying shit. Some of you guys would be very, I was going to say impactual, but I don't even think that's a word. So we would have a very strong impact on child's minds because of what you can teach them, whether it's what you've been through, whether it's your presence, whether it's you just taking the time to spend time with kids, because, a lot of kids don't have that, or your parents are rushing around trying to go to work, and kids, they're very moldable when they're little, and they need to learn things, and we need to teach them better ways. And I think that you guys have that for you, and maybe that is what could empower you. Maybe that is just being aware of your impact on children, or being aware that you do have this really good heart and that you'd be really good at it is something that they want you to know, whatever the case may be. You have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. You have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Oh, shit. Well, you back on your single shit, but not for long. Yeah, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And keep an open mind, because I feel like some of you guys are used to being in relationships where it's all about the passion, baby. All about the movement. But maybe your soulmate is meant to be someone else. Someone who could intellectually stimulate you as well as physically stimulate you. Wouldn't that be some shit? Sag, what do we got going on here? I think you guys are also single. It's a lot of you. Or you guys are trying to figure out how to get your money up, get some independence, collect those coins, baby. And you're going to do something that's going to be really good. But you have the Emperor in reverse, the Page of Water, and the Message of Air in reverse. So you guys could be dealing with the school system, first of all. Your child might need to tell you something about something that happened at school. They could be being bullied. There could be some teacher or something going on with that where they haven't told you that yet, so try not to fly off the handle. Then you have the Wheel of the Fortune. Just kidding. Fly off the handle. Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Cups in reverse, and the Hermit. I feel like there's something here where you don't exactly know how to take control of this situation right now. Any other time, Sag would have been golden. Sag is the one who sits in that head of household seat, has her little rod in her hand, and knows what the fuck to do. But right now, you don't know what to do. You're blindfolded, and you don't know why, because usually you're on top of your shit. But with the Wheel of Fortune being here, you're supposed to be. This is kind of something to... honestly, to show you who you really are, because the Emperor in this card is a lion with a crown and her sword, or his sword, sorry, I keep saying her, but it really comes down to you're gonna have to go in some situations in life blindfolded. You're gonna have to apologize to your kids sometimes in your life because of the things that you said to them when you maybe didn't get enough sleep, or realizing that a lot of the loss and regret and the grief that you hold on to subconsciously is still here, and it kind of affects the way that your life is going right now because you don't know how to feel, you don't know how to process them, you don't know how to get rid of this shit. You feel like however you were taught how to do something is forever engraved in your mind, and you're just like, do I dump out this love forever or do I hold on to it? And a part of you knows at the end of the day you aren't going to do that. That even if the love was a shitty situation, it was love at the end of the day. There's no taking that away. There's no denying that. This was love. And it hurt you, it taught you, but at the same time, it also is putting you back on where you're supposed to be, because somewhere along the lines, you guys kind of had your power taken away from you. Whether you gave it away or not, I don't think so, but I don't think you realized what was happening. The Five of Cups in reverse is forgiveness, understanding, loving, whether that's forgive. There is a situation with a child in a school. There's something that your child did that they didn't tell you the truth. And you're going to have to, I think they want to apologize or whatever, but I just feel like there's something to do with regret. There's something to do with emotions. There's something to do with not exactly telling the truth, but not in like a super masochistic way. Like there's, this was an evil thing that they did. There was something that you needed to see in the silence of this all. If this hasn't been revealed to you, I feel like you just want a message to come to you, like you usually can have ideas and you know what to do, but it's not here. And it's because the universe wants you to slow down, back up, rewind to a time when you were a child, to a time when you had that imagination, you had that spark, and this would bring in new opportunities. There's something you're missing here. The Page of Water is not only a child, but it's also a new opportunity. It is the birth of a child. It's a volunteer job. It's something very immature. It's a new opportunity. It's a new opportunity for you to rewrite your history for your life. Regardless of what you've been through, regardless of what you lost, regardless of what people say or don't say, let's be honest, to your face, it doesn't matter, does it? Destiny is here to say, you might be blindfolded right now. You're going in blind as fuck. But this wheel is still going to spin in your favor. This is going to move. And you're going to have to decide if you're going to throw it away or if you're going to hold on to this. That maybe you lost some things, some people, whatever. You did take some losses. But you still have love at the end of the day in these cups. And you're holding it out. And you're like thinking about it. Like focusing on the cups that spilled, not on the cups you have on your hands. You're not even focusing on the things that are in front of your face. Some of you. Whether this is you or another person, I don't know. But it's important to remember at the end of every day, no matter what was said, no matter what was done, no matter if you couldn't see or not, that this is love, this is true. And that you had to go in and self-reflect on these because this is a purging season. It's time to go in and get rid of all this shit that we subconsciously hold on to, that we kind of covered up with 9 years of doing shit on our boss move, getting our money. We don't need nobody. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. Well, boom. It kind of blew up this year. But it was just to get you to see what you had, because it was like your focus was on what you lost and not what you had. And that things are going to happen. In this picture, there's a waterfall coming down. Like this is going to happen and it's going to move you. And it's going to happen when this all moves forward, when your life moves forward to the next chapter, are you going to be ready for this? Or are you going to be too focused on what you lost? Are you going to miss out on this because you're focused on this? Because there's already a fish on the ground here. Maybe that's how you feel, like a fish out of water. You're like, I wish I could just scoop it back up. But I feel like you're going to be okay. You might be a little fucked up right now, maybe a little drunk. But when this water comes down, the fish is going to be okay. It was really only to get you to self-reflect on some things that you don't talk about. Things you refuse to talk about. For whatever reason. Some of you guys have some health issues that you need to go in and get checked out. Some of you guys need to meditate a little bit more and maybe modify the way you're thinking about things, because there's something that's being reawakened in you that's going to bring in more choices. Do something for yourself. Spa day, massage day. Remember to be grateful for everything that you have and that there's a massive growth going on here. And to set your intentions, get clear in your mind. What are your intentions? What do you want? Because sometimes when we don't know, and I can't remember who I was listening to, but it wasn't me that came up with this. I'm not taking credit, but it was like, unless you know exactly what you want and you set your intentions, like this is what I want to do, and this is my intentions I'm setting to the universe. If there's a bunch of mixed messages, they don't know what to send in for you. So take a day out for yourself. Get some rest. Go go to the doctor, spend some time wherever, nature, whatever floats your boat. I feel like something, maybe an aquarium for some of you. Get your mind clear, get your book out, get your pen out, and write down your intentions, your final decisions for some things in your life so that the universe can bring them in for you. I feel like some of you guys are really tired. Some of you guys are not exactly sure what you want to do. Ask for guidance then. You know what I mean? That's what the angels are here for. Because you have to pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Some of you guys need to get some medical issues checked out like as soon as possible. You have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And then you have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Someone maybe could help you out, but you're like refusing to let anybody help you because you got this, you got this. Some of you guys just like, it could be a relationship with your family because it says healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, and religious factors. I feel like a lot of that stuff is kind of fucked up for some of you guys, and you're like all over the place with this. Some of you guys are also kind of dealing with some codependency, and I feel like you have a mom or someone who wants to talk to you, like who could help you maybe because they've been through a similar situation. You know what I mean? And around that time when you have this conversation, like with them about why they taught you certain things, or just like popping off that conversation, it's going to help you heal these inner issues, or kind of like shed some light on something that you didn't see to kind of help you move forward. And I feel like it's going to help you out a lot. You're just kind of confused right now. And it's not that things aren't going to change, but I just feel like you're so paranoid right now because you just like, I don't know, you know, but you're like, that anxiety is like low vibrational. You got to keep that vibration up. You know that this shit's coming in. You know that you have this good feeling things are going to be okay, but it's like time to make those decisions, those executive decisions. Bring the emperor back. You know what I mean? So that is all I have for you. Good night.